Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Fractured Sky here on Pantsless Tables. This is a part of a Rocket Club, a multi-stage anthology, which we are doing in conjunction with Evil Hat and M. Hubbard, the creator and author of Rocket Club, a game that is in open playtesting right now. There's probably a link below or somewhere related to this video. Otherwise, you can also just Google it. Look up Rocket Club Evil Hat, and you will go directly to their website. There's a link on there for a Google form that you can fill out for open play testing. Entirely for free, you can get a 172-page PDF and some support materials so that you and your friends at home can play today if you want to, Rocket Club. If you do that, it would be great to give some feedback on your experience playing with it. We are, as a part of this project, doing everything that we can to try to help make this game, which is already really fun and awesome to play, the best version of itself that it can be. So please feel free to check that out. Without further ado, that's enough yapping from me. Let's get to know our table again a little bit. And if this is your first episode and you haven't watched the first two, go back and watch the first two. It's all going to make a lot more sense. And then come back over here and then watch this. Or I guess watch this now if you want to. I'm not your dad, right? And then watch the other stuff later and watch this again. All right.
Time is not linear.
Yeah, time's a flat circle. I'm going to kick it over to my good buddy Adi first.
Hello, people of the internet. I am Adi MK. I go by Fab, he, him pronouns. And I will be here playing Amara Murthy, who is a little 12-year-old genius. She, her. Looking forward to seeing what happens to the mall.
Love it. And who do you want to popcorn it to?
I will pop it over to the queen, polyamory.
Yes.
Hello, I am Assis. My pronouns are she and her, and I am playing Polyamory, the TikTok star, who is the royalty. Her pronouns are also she, her. Yeah. Steve.
Hello, hi. How's it going? How we do? I don't know. Hi, I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I do the thing with the stuff, and I am playing Samir Shuddhi, he, they, the misfit, because we do, you know what, I'm not going to make that joke. We're playing teenagers. So, yeah, that's it. That's me doing the thing. Also very excited about the mall and the place and the arcade and the pizza joint and other things that we did not name because we were too lazy.
Not lazy. It was a creative decision.
We were being thematic. We were being
thematic, meta. We're engaging in a very heightened story. I love it. The town, the country, the middle school, the mall, and the crisis that we find ourselves in now. I'm Danny, he, him. I am the guide for this story. So I play everyone and everything else. And I help these lovely folks at the table tell a beautiful, compelling, hilarious, deeply creative story that would not be possible without them. So before we dig into our finale, because I'm a bit of a softie, I just want to say thank you to all of you who are here. Thank you, Steve, for giving this story a home here at Pantsless Tables. And same to you, Assis. And both of you and Adi, this is great. I love playing with you. I've loved playing this story with you. And I'm really excited to dig into what we have left here together.
I did have a suggestion for M as far as, what do we call the GM / whatever, student counselor.
I like that. I like that very much. Right. Yeah, I think that's very fun. That's good. We'll mention it. And see, this is a great example for everybody at home. Feedback is very much welcome and helpful here. M wants to hear as much of it as possible. I love that. I am your student counselor this evening. So with that, if I can get my cursor to work, we will dig into it. The bunker smells like ozone, charred leaves, and the sharp tang of rocket fuel. Burnt rocket fuel. Let's recap. You all successfully used the singularity to open a wormhole, escaping the fractured, impossible geometry that you were facing from the school parking lot as you looked at what used to be the mall. A mall from which you heard the screams of your fellow Rocket Club members, surrounded by the people of the town who you've known your entire life, some who you know quite well, standing stock still, strangely enraptured, with emerging plant doppelgangers growing next to them, attending to each of you in uncanny ways. You blipped back into your underground bunker in Samir's bumper car, Baby Girl, which is currently blasting Bad Bunny. And for those at home who may not remember, blasting Bad Bunny not simply out of love for Bad Bunny, or because Bad Bunny is constantly playing at the bunker, as Bad Bunny is playing now. It is because Baby Girl now speaks exclusively in Bad Bunny lyrics in a Knight Rider-esque fashion. Because that was an established upgrade in the last session. You brought a piece of the nightmare with you, though. A floral mimic attached itself to the car, specifically a head left over of one that you all ran over on your way out. Now, you tried to neutralize it with neutrino radiation inside of a metal cage, but it resisted, thrashing and screaming. And in a panic, you doused it in rocket fuel and lit it up. Now the fire's out. Bob42, your robot, is putting the fire extinguisher away, muttering to themselves, are they ever going to learn? I don't think they're ever going to learn. I don't think they're ever going to learn. And the containment equipment is unfortunately completely ruined. Inside of the blackened cage sits the charred but dead head of this plant person, a remnant waiting to be studied. But there's a catch. Right before it died, the creature broadcast your location. The hive mind knows where you are. You are the Rocket Club. You are burdened by the incredible challenge of this situation and by the secrets that you carry. You have a mall that sounds like it's full of your trapped friends and who knows what else as it turns into something impossible to comprehend, and time is running out. What do you want to do?
I think Amara is just hyperventilating near the ruined containment machines. She's I think she's like a shaky hand is trying to bring the inhaler to her mouth, but it just keeps not reaching her mouth because she's just
Samir is gonna walk over to her and just put a hand on her shoulder and help her with the inhaler while also eyeing the dead head. Are we sure that thing's dead?
It's a good question. It looks dead at a distance, but if you want to investigate it further, we could roll about it.
Bob, is there any reading from any of the sensors? Is it responding in any way?
The sensors in the cage do not work. You set the cage on fire. It will require repairs.
I mean, I don't remember whose decision it was to use the rocket fuel. Was that Amara? I don't think it would have been Amara.
Don't you remember? I actually think it was Amara, but it might have been like an Amara Poly mix. I don't think it was Samir, but we could.
No. Because I think if I remember correctly, Amara was probably just like panic attacking towards the end. So which is why she came back out in this. Yeah. It was Amara only probably. See, all of the decontamination protocols failed. The thing was still alive. What do you expect us to do?
I expect you not to make it worse. And by the way, I checked my my notes here. It 100% was Amara. Desiccated rocket fuel and threw a match.
Yep. Because she was panicking at that. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. So I expect you not to make it worse. How are we going to fix it?
Okay, Bob, chill. We can figure it out. Right now, the priority is making sure that everyone's okay, and the head is dead. Can you go check on the head?
I will do what I can. It will go more quickly if one of you assists.
I can do. I can do it.
I feel like maybe you should take a break. I will go help.
Thank you, Polly. You are the most even-headed one.
The bowed shoulders of Amara just go further bowed. She's just like little more, like mirror breaking sound somewhere.
Bob 100% just repeats the same thing at the same cadence on camera for you. Yeah.
That's gonna go up on a Friday.
So we can resolve that check over there with a roll if you want, Polly. I would imagine you're looking to do this with design, but if you have a different pitch, please feel free.
I mean, I don't have points in design. Is there a way that Grace works for this? I'm thinking.
I'll do it with
design. Nah, I'll do it with design.
I always love the hustle, so feel free to, but yeah, no, design works. Does anybody want to give Polly help? Because so mechanically I can't give like advantage, like I can't give a +1 reroll from Bob being involved, but you all can help if you tell me how you're helping, and if you feel that your character would help in this moment.
Sameer is next to Amara, trying to get her to use the inhaler properly. So he just calls out to Polly, there's a bat in the closet. If you need to beat its head in.
I like that. Copy. I think whether or not that works depends on whether or not Polly feels that's helpful. If Polly feels that's helpful, you get a +1 on your reroll.
I don't think Polly is quite in the beat Bob's head in with the bat phase right now. So I meant
the head of the creature, not Bob.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that is helpful.
Yeah, like if you open up the cage and if the cage,
then I will take the bat.
Okay, perfect. So that you get a +1 on your roll for rerolls. You get 1.
Okay.
And I think as
sorry.
No worries. So yeah, what did you roll for outcome, side effect, and mood?
It's not gonna be good. Outcome is a failure. It's a 1. That's why you're 2.
Oh, it's a misfire.
It's a 2. It's a 2.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Side effect is extra, which I don't know how that works with a failure. And mood is love, which I do not want to do. But anyway.
So you only do have 1 reroll. Do you want to reroll your failure, or do you want to reroll?
No, I reroll the outcome.
Okay.
5.
Hey, let's do it. You came very, very close to a triple, which would have been dope. All right. So 5 is a full success. So you are fully successful in assessing the status of this head. To be very clear about how I deliver on this, you went over to assess whether or not it's dead. Are you assessing anything else about it at the same time?
Maybe also like did we already know whose plant double this was?
We didn't. What we knew is it wasn't Sadiq's, right? And we knew it was the
So
one
then
that you ran over.
I think I would want to assess if I know whose plant double it is.
Okay, copy that. That works. Okay, so you'll be able to assess that. You're going to get it with something extra. That doesn't have to be your something extra, right? Like that'll be in your your initial success. And then you're going to do this with love. My question before I deliver on that, because we have to figure out what order we're going to do everything in. I'm probably going to give you everything first. Is love an impulse or a question?
Love is my secret mode for the impulse.
Are you planning on embracing it or not?
The thing is, okay, Rami, are we still doing this in the same room where Polly and Samir are, or are we going to a different room? Sorry, where Amara and Samir are.
Yeah, so the bunker we haven't established how many rooms a bunker has. So you can take it to another room if you'd like, to assess this stuff, but you're in the main work area that is the primary workspace for the bunker. Okay, so you're in the place where the most tools are.
I think I will not embrace the impulse.
Copy. Okay. Perfect. And honestly, it's good timing in a sense for you not to embrace the impulse, because you wouldn't be able to collect experience right now anyway, because you're maxed out on experience till you confess your secret. Okay, so on your full success, you are able to assess this plant head is indeed fully dead. With that having been said, you do recognize that there is something of like an after, like a biological version of an after image going on with the plant head that is functioning a bit like a beacon. So the initial information that it sent out about your location is persisting through the continued existence of this plant head here. It is possible that there may be some way for you to interrupt that, end that, otherwise manipulate that, et cetera, right? Send it somewhere else through a wormhole, whatever. Like there's lots of things you could try to do. You know that it's doing that right now. As far as who it is, initially you did not recognize this is anybody in particular, right? You know that it was somebody related to the school, because the people who were run over by Baby Girl, or the plant people who were run over by Baby Girl, because there were no regular people run over by Baby Girl, were all made as doppelgangers of people who would have been at the school or would have been at the mall, right? Because that's where you were, generally speaking. It's a little difficult to look at a plant, what essentially is like a plant statue of a person, and tell exactly who it is. But when you find yourself focusing in on the features of the face, the details of the eyes, the slant of the nose, you catch something that looks like a mild mockery of an expression that you do recognize as somebody who you wouldn't have expected to be there, actually. And it is the manager of the arcade.
Oh.
For some reason, and it doesn't,
oh fuck,
like, yeah, he's long ago graduated, right? Certainly from the middle school, also from the high school. I don't know if you know if he went to the college or the university, but he doesn't usually go. Like maybe he was on his way to the mall. It's not super clear to tell, but it was unusual that he wasn't at the arcade, and now it seems that he was either at the school or at the mall. He was in between those spaces. You hadn't noticed him in the rush to get out, and the human bodies had been off to the side when you ran over the plant ones. But now you realize it can't be anybody else. It's got to be him.
Huh. I will immediately go to the others. Because why was the plant duplicate is off the arcade manager?
Wait, what?
Yeah, why would he be near the school?
He was missing from the arcade this morning when I was trying to get my high score in.
I mean, okay, I think someone not being right at their desk at their job is not necessarily missing, but
Oh, like he wasn't at the arcade at all. That's what I meant. Which is weird because usually he's the one who opens the store, right? So
yeah.
Then how did you get in? Was it just unlocked? when you
exactly,
got
it was open, but he wasn't there. So unless someone else opened for him today, or he opened and then he disappeared.
Wait, so you just walked into the store and started playing?
There were other people there too. I wasn't the only one. You saw the twins, and
I did see the
yeah.
twins. Interesting.
there? I also think that in that brief time that would this have been enough time for Amara to have had a conversation with Samir?
Yeah, absolutely. While that is occurring, you can simultaneously have a conversation.
I think Amara would have let Samir's hands guide her inhaler to her mouth, and then she'll just take a puff, and she I think would you be kind of rubbing her back, or I mean, I think you'd be familiar enough to do this by now.
Yeah, just like patting her back, making sure that she's breathing evenly, and like matching breath with her so that she has someone to regulate with. Yeah.
With that regulation, she'd kind of start like, oh God, Samir, I keep messing things up, yeah.
It's okay. Shit happens. You're fine.
Everything. Yo, I'm not. But I told you that I had something to say earlier. So when I get stressed, I'm a bit of I'm a kleptomaniac. I like to steal things from people. It's not all. I don't want to. It's just a. It need, and I try and not steal anything too important. I mean, I gave you back your Gundam. What is it? I gave you back something that I'd stolen from you. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a
Stickers,
trading card.
Gundam stickers. Yeah, trading card, something. Yeah. I steal, and I've stolen from everybody that I know. I'm a bad girl. I'm useless.
Look, all of us have weird things that we do, right? Like, I play video games, uh, not for the entertainment of it, but because I like the attention. So it's not the same. I get it, but also I think it's one of those things where if you're trying to get better at a thing that is negatively impacting people around you, then that's better than knowing you're doing things wrong and not caring about it. That's, at least that's how I see it. Where if now that we've addressed this, we can come up with, I don't know, whenever you feel the urge to want to steal something, we can send us a text and we'll try to walk you through it. Or what I do, just put your hands in your pockets and just walk away quickly, because if your hands are not out, then you can't steal stuff unless you put it in your mouth, which is weird. But it's one of those ways to, I know it's not going to be easy and not going to happen immediately, but I'm glad that you felt safe enough to tell me. But we're going to have to go through your things and see what you've stolen from me, because that I'm pretty sure that card was just the tip of the iceberg. So I think that's a way to do it. Maybe you start, you make amends. When you've seen in the movies and the TV shows, when someone suffers from the addiction, the way that they make amends is they apologize to people that they hurt while under the influence. So that could be a thing. You make amends, apologize, and return the things. That could be a start. I don't know if you want solutions or if you just wanted to vent, but
as this is happening, I think she would have been ugly crying at the start, and in the middle there would have been a snort of laughter, an ugly snort of laughter from when Samir was just going on. But I think towards the end of this, I think she'd just kind of furiously wipe her eyes and then just quickly just kind of lean in and give the most awkward but very strong and quick hug to Samir. And then, thank you.
Are we calling you Klepto Amara now? Is that your nickname? Or is that too soon?
She just starts crying immediately.
I'm sorry, I was trying to be funny. It didn't work.
I love that. So, secret confessed, support given. I'm going to say even with that joke and the additional crying. So that as a reminder to the table and to folks at home, this is how advancement functions in Rocket Club. So once you have filled up your experience track, you are able to confess your secret. You're ready emotionally, right? To confess your secret when the time is right and to whom it feels right to confess it. You would confess it to another player at the table, another player character. When they react in support, you are able to take a major advance or a minor advance as the confessing party, and as the party being confessed to, you're able to take a minor advance. So in this situation, Amara is able to take a major or a minor advance, and Samir is able to take a minor advance. So that everybody knows at home, I won't be doing this every time that we do this. It's just an explanation for the first one. Major advances are add 1 point to the trait of your choice. They max out at 3. So that's how many rerolls you have per trait. Add a move from your reputation, add a move from a different reputation, or change your reputation completely. So if you started off as the Daredevil and you feel like now you're the Zero, you can do that in this moment if it makes story sense to you. And then that can radically shift your sheet overall, and what you do and how you play things in storytelling, not just mechanically. Minor advances, which are also available to the confessing party, but are exclusively available. Like major ones aren't available, minor ones are available to the party confessed to, are clear one condition, take an additional reroll on a single future action, change your personal code, or rewrite a mood prompt keeping the same type of prompt. Meaning if it's already an impulse, it stays an impulse. If it's already a question, it stays a question. You can't rewrite your secret mood prompt with that, but you can rewrite any other. So before we keep going with the story, Amara, do you know what your advancement is going to be?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take I'm going to take a +1 to my design score. So now I have 2 rerolls for design.
Very cool. And reflecting a moment of maybe heightened focus, right? If I'm understanding correctly, a clearer mind, having been unburdened by this secret. Samir, having supported your friend, what is the minor advancement that you would like to take?
So I think what makes sense here is I'm going to remove a condition. Samir is not insecure anymore because he's like, hey, my friends are more fucked up than I am. So, yeah.
Fair and valid. Very relatable. So no longer insecure, clears a condition. Cool. I love that. That's perfect. All right. So the last thing that happens in relation to this, and this does not have to be declared to the table, but so that everybody watching at home knows, your secret, Amara, that you just confessed is no longer a secret. So you erase that secret from your sheet. You erase your secret mood prompt. You bring back in the question that you had replaced previously. You now put in a new secret, whatever that is. You've sent it to me. Right ahead of this, what it would be. You'll put that in. You'll pick your new secret mood prompt. You will erase that question. It could be the same one as before or a different one. That like of the emotions or the moods that you select, and then you're gonna put that in, and that is that. Any other secret confessions we do in the future, we'll go through the same process. I won't re-explain everything in the same detail. It is available on page 32, the major and minor advances of the PDF for the open playtest. But if you need me to repeat anything, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to help. All right. And we're back into the moment where I believe Amara is crying at Klepto Amara, and a now newly not insecure Samir is like, well, I tried to make a joke.
And then Polly comes.
Yes, and so Polly comes with new information.
See, I don't. Have we ever seen him outside of the arcade? I don't think so.
No, he's the arcade manager. He's usually at the arcade.
Right? I wouldn't be surprised if he lives there. Oh, should we go check it out? Should we?
He is an alumnus of the school. I mean, they could have invited him.
And I mean, more importantly, he was Rocket Club.
He was.
So, are there other kids here?
One thing we have to remember is that this head, as long as it is still here, it is a beacon. It is telling these things that where we are. We need to either leave or destroy it completely.
We can get rid of the head.
I think we should do that first, especially if it is letting these things know where we are already. They know the location. We are already compromised. Oh, God.
Bob, do we have a disposal chute?
I do believe you have something where you would, I mean, it's a workshop, right? So you would have something that you would be able to dispose things through. I'd argue you probably even have, given the level of technology that you have, something that you can incinerate things in, right? So you probably do have an actual, how well it's going to work and all that, we still got to roll about. But I think an incinerator would exist. I think you do have a garbage chute you could throw things out through. You could try to destroy this thing. You could try to get rid of it just by moving it to another location. I will remind you, I don't know that you'd want to use this for this. You do have that singularity in a box, and you could theoretically try to use that to wormhole the head somewhere else and send it to a different location.
Not a good idea. I actually do ask Bob, like, Bob, do we not have like a incinerator or something?
The incinerator has not been destroyed by you yet.
Lovely. Let's go toss that head in there then.
Perfect. You head over to the incinerator. It is formidable in size. You can incinerate things quite a bit larger than just this head. You just toss it in, turn it on, see how it goes.
Pretty much.
Cool. Let's roll about it to see how well the incinerator is working right now and how the head reacts. What would you say you're doing this with? Which trait?
I mean, are any of these really... Which of these correlate with pushing head propulsion? It's propulsion, isn't it? I'm throwing a head into an ink. It's propulsion, which I have a 0 in again.
It's okay. Anybody want to help with this? You don't have to.
I'm definitely helping. I think Amara would be on the controls of the incinerator, just like, trying to release all, like, restraint protocols, like, for just a brief second, just like,
Cool.
A small flash of primal destruction.
I love that. Can you remind me a second, Aziz? Polly has any conditions?
Nope.
Beautiful. Love it. All right, so you're going to roll with a +1 here for rerolls.
Okay, that is a 3, a 4, a 1.
Okay, so that's a failure, but you look cool doing it, and you roll with fear. Would you like to re-roll that failure?
I mean, yeah, fine.
You don't have to.
Right? Why not just let this be a failure? But I look cool doing it. But I look cooler with a success. That's how my rerolls. My outcome reroll always works. So
really?
6.
What is it when
yeah,
it comes
at 6?
6. Beautiful. All right. So yeah, you do it. You look cool doing it, but you do it with fear. Is fear an impulse or a question for you?
I am just checking. That is a question.
What is the question?
It's what memory comes back to haunt you.
Okay. So this works. You toss the head in.
Okay, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because I need to look cool doing it and relate a memory to it, I'm not going to toss it with my hands. Okay. I'm going to like kind of put it in the air and kick it in with my foot.
I love that. All right. Can you describe the kick? Like, what kind of kick are we going for here?
Like, just a very, like, not a very, like, flashy kick also. Just a very simple, like, straight in, like, just release the ball, kick the ball in kind of kick.
So when you release the ball, you kick the ball in, it is a clean goal, looks great. You look super cool doing it. It's too bad that you don't have a crush or a rival around right now, because you could pick up an extra reroll.
I do, just not in that sense. Not a mechanical crush.
Not a mechanical one. Not a mechanical one,
yes.
Unfortunately. But so you kick it in. As you do, you feel the plant head react to your kick a little bit, right? There's a little bit of give, and it pushes back out. As you see it propel into the flames, the pieces of the plant undulate a little bit. They catch fire and burn up completely. And as they are burning up, the plant eyes of this plant person stare into yours and seem to weep ash into the flames. What memory comes to you in this moment?
I think like so I would say that before she became like TikTok famous, and like probably like a little bit before. I think before she found a footing. Like fine, she was rich, like people knew her, but I think she wasn't really good at anything. So Polly was felt a little bit judged and bullied sometimes. And I think she must have like tried out for like the football team or something. And the football in the international sense, not the American sense.
Yeah.
And probably like just tried to kick the ball into the goal and just failed miserably at it. And then had a lot of people staring at her, and just the combination of kicking the head and then having the eyes of the head stare at her purely brings back that memory of like feeling intensely like powerless and othered back then.
Makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world. What do you do, and Samir, when you see this happen and you see the head successfully burnt to ash? If either of you or both of you are looking at it, you would see the same thing. You would see these plant eyes twist, burn up, and seemingly cry ash into the fire as the head disintegrates, and a gasp releases. It sounds a bit like a last gasp.
I think in that oh moment, like, you know, there's an anime, this is a bizarre moment, and like Amara has a full comic page layout done, like, you know, where the first page is like a Captain Tsubasa, like, you know, kind of kick or one fancy kick that's happening, and then, like, you know, the ball goes, and then it goes into this fire, and then it turns into berserk manga, like, you know, like yeah. And she'll just like show it to Polly with like bright shining eyes.
Oh my God, how are you so talented? You ran the incinerator and then you also made this.
My mother says it's important for me people to multitask.
Yeah, you're very good at it. I would like to confess my secret to Amara.
Go for it.
Oh, let's go.
Love that.
Amara, you're really good at like so many things. You know, everything is very scary right now, and I don't know what's going to happen to this town. So I feel like I might as well like hashtag YOLO and say this to you. And this is very silly. I've had a crush on you for a little bit because you're so cool.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. I know it's very silly. We just work in the Rocket Club together. We're just friends, but like it's
You have a crush on me?
you're very good at so many things.
I think Amara, just like as you said that, like as you've been like, you know, started talking, like there's a slow layer of red that has been climbing up the entirety of Amara, like, you know, but like as you finish that saying that, I think the red just finishes like the her full profile, and then her head just kind of pops and like steam happens, and I think she
Amara's become a Looney Tune.
Like, yeah, she just dumb weight just collapses. Like, wait, what? Wait, you are
you know
Polly.
forget it. I know this was very dumb.
I mean, she's just like, she kind of like she's you know, I think wringing her hands, just like I think she'll kind of, as you were kind of, were you trying to were you pulling away or were you moving away in that moment?
I was definitely starting to move away. I'm like
I think
embarrassed as fuck now.
I think she would have definitely reached forward and caught your hand and just held it closer and
Also
as she would have stepped close. See, I have no idea on how to. I have not been taught on how to process these kind of things, and to be fair, I'm still 12 and my libido or my teenage years haven't started, so I don't understand. I think Amara is vaguely asexual. She's. I don't understand attraction, but
I
think Polly, I am very flattered that you of all people have a crush on me, and she'll just kind of go like that. But I think her head will just so that to hide her face, she kind of puts her head on your shoulder, and still with your hand in her hand. I don't know how to answer, but I think you're too cool, and
I don't need an answer. I'm just. I don't even know. I'm also new to all of. I'm not that much older than you. You know, it's new and it's confusing. And I don't need an answer. I just.
But you're polyamory, queen of polyfam. I can only tell you one thing, Polly. If I begin to understand anything, or if I have any questions about attraction, I only hope that I think I know who I can talk to, and she'll kind of put her head back up, and she'll have a kind of kind of whimsical smile. I don't know, not whimsical smile. I don't know. It's a complex smile.
Complex whimsical smile.
Yeah. But I think she would, and then just fully blush and just would quickly get on tiptoes and give Polly a peck on the cheek, and will then immediately kind of go full face red and just run off, I think.
Polly is going to just also go fully red and just stand there confused for maybe 5 whole minutes.
I love that. That's fantastic. So, secret successfully confessed, and I believe supported, right? So yeah, that brings us to a major or minor advance for Polly, and a minor advance for Amara. So, Polly, do you know what your Assis, do you know what your advance wants to be for Polly?
Yes, I am taking a move from the Magpie playbook.
Let's go.
I'm taking Silver Tongue.
Oh, I love that.
I was looking at that one. It's literally on the page that I'm looking at.
That's so cool. What is it? If you don't mind sharing with the audience at home, what does the move do?
Silver Tongue says that the way you weave words together is artistry or possibly magic. People tend to believe whatever you say, whether it's true or not. Take an additional reroll anytime you attempt to convince someone to act, tell a credible lie, or fast talk your way through a situation.
That's beautiful.
It's meant for Polly. It's just meant for Polly.
It really couldn't be more perfect. I love that. Great. That's perfect. And then Amara. Adi, do you know what Amara's minor advance is likely to be?
I think especially with having just been confessed to by the queen of the school, I think Amara is no longer feeling melancholic.
I love that. That makes perfect sense to me. All right. So that is 2 secrets down. As a reminder, if you had any conditions, you would clear all conditions here. And you would put in your new secret, which you sent to me, and your new secret mood prompt now as well. As well as this new. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. It's secrets are flying. Samir, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Just, I think just Samir is stun-locked just watching Polly confess to Amara, just like, what the fuck just
Samir
happened?
was there?
If you don't want him to be there, he doesn't have to be.
No, I think it's very entertaining if he was there, but I don't think Polly would have realized.
I don't think she knew that Samir was there, because the two of you came in to work on this incinerator together, right? So it's possible Samir could have come in after you and maybe just not been in your line of sight.
Yeah.
I think he was just absently just scrolling his phone, trying to see if there was any reaction or whatever's happening on social media for whatever's been going on. And based on that, he just follows the two of you into the room, not realizing you wanted this private moment. And then when he hears the word crush, he just looks up, eyes wide, just phone in his hand, just what the fuck? And he's doing his best to like not record this, because that would be a huge invasion of privacy. But and also that is Polly's job. So it's he's just standing there like, when this is over, you're both after like I think you hear this audible like squeak from him when Amara kisses Polly on the cheek, and just that is when you realize he is here, and he's just like
rabbit turn.
Yeah. That's literally so he's just staring like, do I leave? Do you fuck?
I think Amara just squeals and just runs. Like, I need to go to the toilet.
Polly's just standing there frozen, like just red and frozen.
Right. So what is the plan? Are we going back to the mall, or he's just like doing his best to just move past it immediately so Polly does not feel over, what's the word? Fuck. Can't think of the word, but it's like, so that Polly does not feel like she is being the center of attention in like the bad way. What is that? Whatever. Anyway, so he's just trying to move past it immediately. Yeah.
This incinerator is really hot, right? Like I think my skin's like going red from how hot this incinerator is. I'm practically sweating. This incinerator is so hot.
Yeah, no, it is. The temperature in here went up like 10 degrees or 10 temperature units. Yeah.
It is definitely very temperature in this room right now.
Yeah, totally, because of the incinerator and nothing else. And he just rubs the back of his neck.
To the filming room and film a TikTok.
Yeah, and he just lets her walk away before calling out, might want to take a cold shower too.
Polly has never heard this phrase before in her life. And he's not going to understand it for at least 3 more years.
Oh, that's very good. Love that. So as Polly goes off to film a TikTok,
No, she's actually going to start filming a TikTok once she recovers from this. Like she's going to shock herself with the bright lights back into influencer mode.
That makes sense. That's fair. You want to keep yourself even just with work, right? Like throw yourself into work. It's a good way to get your head back on where you want it to be. Samir, what do you want to do now? You don't have the signal. All of you in the group don't have the signal hitting anymore. That was successful. Your friends just confessed some really tough stuff, one to you, the other in front of you. You are still on a ticking clock. You know that your current location was broadcast to this hive mind. You also know that other than G, the manager of the arcade, seeming to be over there, and other people, assorted people who you know from the school and what have you, you also heard the screams of your Rocket Club, fellow Rocket Club members who are not here. Nobody else is here other than the three of you, and Bob and Baby Girl. Now, enough of a person to warrant mentioning, I think, in that situation, even if she can only speak in Bad Bunny lyrics. And you know that they're back there. They need help. You saw Sadiq back there. Mr. Chauffeur had been back over there as well. What do you want to do? What's on your mind? What do you think would happen next?
So, I feel like both Amara and Polly are kind of not in the headspace to interact with anyone, I'm assuming, in this moment, because of this heavy confession that has just happened. So, I think I was looking it up. The only way to clear condition is either through a confession, through catastrophe, or through spending time with a team member, right? So we can't do that right now.
Yeah, you can do rest and care.
Yeah, but that has to have another player involved, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Somebody. So you just got to talk with somebody.
Yeah, so I don't think that will happen right now because
You could talk to Polly.
I guess, yeah. Fuck it. We're doing the thing. Sameer's gonna give Polly a few minutes before, and he's just pacing back and forth in the incinerator room, just muttering to himself, staring at the head, and pulls out his phone, tries to text Sadiq, and just something like, I don't know if you can process this right now, but we're coming to help or something. Just, he's trying to do something. And then he's going to go to Polly. And
Polly is literally in the middle of filming. And that's it for edition 1 of our The World is Turning into a Weird Polygonal Plant Hellscape Diary. Tune in for edition 2.
Okay. That's one way to process that, I guess, right? Yeah.
I think someone needs to have a record of all this.
It would have been more fun to have a record of what just happened 10 minutes ago, but this is also important, I guess. There are cameras in all of our rooms, aren't there? I should probably go check those out later. Yeah. Anyway, so stuff and things and more stuff.
It's Sameer on camera. Sameer, say hi to the crowd watching us after we solve this whole giant apocalyptic situation.
Oh, hi, this is Sameer on camera. After we've solved the giant apocalyptic situation, if we make it out alive, that is, right? If not, you'll still find this phone, maybe. Oh God, what if?
Okay, that's very dark. Never mind. See you later, Polly fam.
Okay. So, I don't even know where to begin with this, right? I have been struggling with stuff. You know how Sadiq and I are like really close, right? Because he's my brother, and he cares about stuff and always
yeah, you're cool older brother.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like we left him behind and we didn't really have a plan to get him back. I know we were probably going to try to go to the mall and fix whatever's happening there, but we still don't know what the wormhole is doing. And it's just the reason why I spend more time with him than with other members of my family because, dad's busy with work and mom's busy with her work, and they might be getting a divorce, but I'm not really sure what's happening there. There's a lot of baggage and stuff with that. But like, I feel like Siddiq always is the overachiever. He's always getting good grades, and he's always like, the center of attention, the track star, the field, whatever, popular kid. And sometimes I feel like, I try so hard to get good grades, and I try to just I don't know, make them happy. But I do feel like I'm afraid like I'll never be enough for my parents to love me. And I know it's not a pressing situation right now, but the world is kind of ending. And what if they die and I don't know if they care about me or love me? I haven't heard them say I love you to either of us really in like 5 years, probably longer. And it just feels like there's a lot going on right now, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually going to see them again, if I'm even going to see Siddiq again, and with I don't know.
To me, that's a lot, but it's okay to want to talk about it right now. This is scary. I mean, I think we're all in a bit of a blurt out things as if it's the end of the world kind of mood here. Like, I'm just gonna like put a hand or tentatively put a hand on Sameer's shoulder because I don't know if Sameer is okay with like being hugged or anything. Just like one hand. Like,
yeah, he's okay with that. You see, he's like, Sameer is tall, but like his head is bowed, his shoulders are hunched over, and he looks like probably shorter than 5'10" at this point because of which is just, whatever, fuck. He just looks very short, like smaller than he usually is. Like he's basically, yeah.
I don't know your parents, and I don't know how they feel about you. I'm sure they have their reasons for whatever they're doing, and I don't know if that makes it okay or not. But you're here, you have Rocket Club, and I'm sure, and I've talked to your brother, like Siddiq. I think Siddiq loves you. You have a brother who loves you. You have the Rocket Club. We all love you. Like, not in that way. I already did one confession today. But you have us, and I don't know how it is with your parents, but it's okay to also be afraid. It's scary.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that it's good to know that despite all the ribbing and the recording without permission when I was crying, that you still care.
You signed a consent form. You knew what you were getting into.
Fucking. I'm 13. You can't legally make me sign contracts. So
I'm 14. I can't legally make anyone sign contracts.
wow.
Tracks.
That's awesome. So secret confessed, yeah, and supported. So with that, Sameer's secret is no longer secret. That is erased. The secret mood prompt is erased. New secret is put in. New secret mood prompt is put in. Please send me that when you get a chance. And Steve, Sameer takes a major or minor advancement. Do you know which one Sameer's going to take?
Yeah, I'm taking an extra point in impact. I have 3 now. Sameer is like, hey, my friends care about me and I love them and I'm gonna break through shit for them, and that's the impact. That's the reason for it. I am going to think of a new secret. Sorry, one sec. I'm going to think of a new secret because I didn't plan on doing this, and I will send that in a bit.
Yeah, no worries. That sounds great. I love that. Polly, having supported here, Assis, do you know what Polly is going to take as a minor advance?
Oh, I did not prepare for this.
You can take a beat to think it through if you want, and then
It's
let me
not like
know.
there's that many choices. Let's see. Change your code, rewrite a mode prompt. I'll just take an additional reroll on a future action. Easy.
Love it. Honestly, it's a very strong choice, right? Mechanically. That's perfect. All right. So with that, all three of you have confessed your secrets. All three of you have had major and minor advancements because you have supported each other through this moment in a variety of ways that I think speaks to true friendship, because you listened to each other, you were there for each other, you accepted each other, and you gave each other shit, which is really what friendship is all about, right? So I love that. I think with that quiet moment we find ourselves in now, we will take our break and we will come back to figure out what the Rocket Club wants to do next to deal with the challenges at hand. So for us, that's going to be like 10 minutes. For those of you watching at home, it might be instantaneous. Either way, time is a flat circle. We'll see you. All right. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the back half of our finale. We find ourselves here in the bunker, no longer having a beacon actively bringing the hive mind to the bunker, although the information on where the bunker is has already been transmitted. In the first half, that was incinerated and is no more. Many secrets were confessed. Our heroes here are hopefully a bit lighter now, emotionally, spiritually, having left behind what was burdening them. Although they've each picked up a new secret that they are carrying with them as they move forward into what is left of this incredibly complex challenge in front of them. Something has taken over the mall, something that seems to be spreading, something that seems to be broadcasting some kind of signal to most of the denizens of the town, most of the students and faculty of the school, to G, who is a Rocket Club alum, right? Who, as best you can tell, shouldn't have been impacted in the same way because of proximity to experience with the singularity in a box, right? When you took the singularity in a box out of the principal's office in the secret compartment that it had been hidden in after it had been confiscated, you went through a barrier that you noted but did not fully understand around solely the office. And that seemed to trigger something that you did not experience directly outside of the school that then precipitated what occurred next, or at least in some way impacted what occurred next, wherein you saw a lot of people who you know to varying degrees doubled into plant people with their primary form standing slack and out of their control, hearing screams of your fellow Rocket Club members seeming to come from the mall that seems impossible to comprehend when you look in its direction and causes you physical and psychological pain when trying to find a way to make sense of something that your brain is telling you does not make sense when you try to look at it. You have done rocket surgery recently on Baby Girl to make it so that Baby Girl, among other things, now is able to connect up with the singularity in a box directly to be a conduit for travel with that, with through that wormhole, and is also functioning like Knight Rider with the voice of Bad Bunny, speaking exclusively in Bad Bunny lyrics. You are here with Bob42, who is still able to help you out with whatever you'd like to plan here. You have lots of equipment. It is a well-stocked bunker. You have lots of materials. And you do not have an unlimited amount of time. You are on a clock. So from a Rocket Club rules-based formal perspective, what this means is there are a certain number of boxes between you and what is formally referred to as a worst-case scenario. So if you tick through that number of boxes, which I know, but you do not, through failures or just significant passage of time, and you have not moved on to the next phase of what you're doing, you've not left the bunker to go do whatever it is you're going to do next, you will face a worst case scenario. Same thing will apply if you do go back to the mall, try to engage with anything directly. If you do go do something in the interim, right? Let's say you want to go over to the arcade, which you're able to pass through the secret passageway that you have that has a lot of complex security mechanisms built into it. That is time that you are not going to go deal with what's going on at the mall. You're welcome to do that. You're welcome to do other things. Just know that the world will keep moving as you move. And so with that, I will say from a mechanics perspective, as a reminder for the folks at home and for all of you here, Rocket Surgery is the version of a group role for this game. You all have done it, as I mentioned a moment ago already. If you want to create anything new to try to deal with this situation over at the mall in front of the school, it seems to be spreading, you're welcome to do that through Rocket Surgery. You're also welcome to do any kind of research you'd like to do while you're at the bunker. Use any kind of resources you have here. Take whatever you can with you over there. If you're going to try to move through regular space, just physically back over to the mall, you're going to have to contend with the challenges involved in that. If you're going to try to get back there with a wormhole like you got out, you're going to take on the risks involved in that. Do you have any questions about any of that?
Oh, interesting.
Beautiful. So that's me done talking for now. What do you all want to do?
I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what we can do here.
See, I mean, everybody else seems to be under the control of these aliens or these plant things, whatever that happened. And from even our own limited observation, we definitely noticed that these not only were the original bodies being controlled, but they were also produced these plant clones that just seem to almost mirror the form and actions of the people that they came from. And all of it seems to be controlled by one hive mind. Perhaps they are connected at a non-physical level. Everyone, I'm not sure. I do not know how that works. We could have maybe taken some more time to study that plant, but I'm rather glad that we finished destroying it, because I'd rather we have more time here.
I don't know how much time we have. I think maybe we just go in guns blazing and we go to the mall,
Could do that.
figure out what's happening, somehow use the wormhole to reverse the polarity or confuse the polarity, to quote the doctor. But, I think that's an option. We put the wormhole in the mall and zap the aliens into the sun. Or we don't know it's aliens, actually. You zap whoever it is into the sun.
sun.
Yeah, why not?
But like, what are we zapping?
Yeah, exactly. Whoever is causing this. I don't know. That's an option. Like, we don't have to do exactly that, but we should go to the mall to figure it out regardless.
Well, given that they are all based off plants, maybe we can use that. Muted.
I said, okay.
Well, a long time ago, there was this Indian scientist by the name of Jagdish Chandra Bose. He did a lot of experiments on plant physiology and communication, and the fact that all plants share a intangible nervous system that connects them, and it was later connected and or postulated that all of these things have mycelial connections. So maybe we can try and figure out a way to attack these things from the inside.
Interesting. Go on.
Well,
So, like, engineer a virus to take out the plants is what you're saying?
That would be most ideal, but if nothing else, to at least create a sensation or a state which would be debilitating to them, or disable them, just like take them out of the equation. As Mr. Spock would say, this would be the most logical course of action.
Okay, is it like necessary for all of us to make a nerd reference while deciding what to do?
I'm sorry, okay, I'm a nerd. You are all cool
I'm
people.
just saying, Sameer also made a nerd reference. Like, I don't have one of those.
I mean, I'm your nerd. No?
Yeah. Okay. So we hack the plant systems. One question: how do we go near the mall if looking at it makes our brains go all fuzzy?
Well, I could try and rig a lidar system that will allow us to still know that what our surroundings are without us having to look.
But how long would that take?
Oh, I've already made that. That was part of another project. I have that ready.
Okay.
It's a quick adaptation. I mean,
so in order to,
we would be able to wear those helmets and then see without seeing.
We should probably all wear some highly fashionable sunglasses just to be safe.
Oh, I mean, you did get those sunglasses from Oakley, no? Maybe I could include them and get that in on the brand, whatever thing that you keep talking about.
Brand integration, yes, you're learning.
Don't you mean from the sunglasses store?
Is that not what she said?
Oh,
sure.
Brand, the sunglass store.
The sunglass store, yes, that's right. So that
okay, so the situation now.
There are those two projects. The lidar is already ready. The sensors are already there. You just have to incorporate them into the glasses, which is an easy thing. But so I think, but it's not without its own challenges. But I think Sameer is very capable of taking care of that, at least. I think maybe I can try and design a way to attack these plants from within. Try and, as you said, hack their nervous system and send a collective dissonance that will, I don't know, as they say in science, make a mistake and find out.
Okay, my only concern is that these plants kind of sort of know where we are. Can you do this on the fly, or can you do this at the school, in the school science lab? If we were to go back there, potentially avoiding, because I'm afraid if we spend too long here, the plants will show up.
But I wouldn't have my chrysograph and a lot of the other. I mean, the crescograph, that I wouldn't have that, and it would be difficult to. Maybe I can. Okay, I'm GM. I'm going to. I'm going to use a move. I'm going to use insight, right?
Okay.
So, sorry, counselor. How much time do we have before the plants get here?
Hard to say. You can roll about trying to figure out if you know, like if there's a way you can tell.
Cool.
You'd have to explain to me how you're going to do that in narrative, and then we pick a roll for it, and then we see how it goes. Do know, though, if you fail on that, it works against your clock.
Okay. Because in Insight, everything is a game of chess. You, with time and study, you're able to figure out your enemy's plans and motivations. Once per session, you can ask the guide one question about someone or a group of someone you consider an enemy, and the guide will tell you what you figured out.
Oh, you can use that move for free. You don't have to roll about that. It's once per session. So, I mean, it's not fully free. You're spending it, but you're welcome. You're welcome to just use that move and ask me. And I'll
that's what I'm using.
Okay, perfect. And you want to know how long you have?
And how long do we have? And before what happens? What is the ultimate goal of these things?
So the ultimate goal of these things in general, or the ultimate goal of these things potentially coming to you? Because those are two different things.
Gang, what do you think?
I think the larger goal, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was also thinking.
Okay. What I would do, though, then, is I would give you a sense of timing for the larger goal, if that works. And then you can extrapolate from there, because they are two different. So since technically you're asking me, you're allowed to ask me one thing, I'll answer both parts. There's got to be both parts about the same thing. So I can let you know a sense of like how much time you have in world, right? And what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, if we know that, at least Amara can get an idea of how, can get a better idea of how forward movement, I think.
100%. You can extrapolate from there, right? In a rough, like, plus or minus.
Again, do you want to hear an absolutely wild, silly thing that I have overlooked on my sheet this entire time?
Yes, please.
I have an ability called Tempered by Turbulence, which gives me a free experience every time I take a condition. And I have not used that once.
Okay, how many, well, okay, it gives it to you for free. So how many conditions have you taken?
I had 3. So,
okay, what I'm going to do, because this is the finale and this is a very heightened game, and I'm just going to, I feel like ruling it this way. I'm going to let you take those 3 experience now, retroactively. It would have been lost anyway. Just you got 3 experience going on there right off the rip.
Wait, Steve, 3 good rolls means you could level up again.
Yeah.
You could. You're right there. Incentivize you to do some more rolling, right? Okay. The one thing I would ask is, describe to me, please, first, Adi, how Amara uses this move. Meaning, what specifically is she doing that gives her this information?
I think she goes into the Rocket Club's video data archives, and because they have little cameras all over the place, and for it part of different projects, one is just observing like, Sparrow, like, whatever. So there's one small little camera near one sparrow's nest, like, a lot of different cameras, a lot of different purposes. She's taking time to observe all of these things to kind of see if she can notice something that is like, odd plant, or like, something that is a marked difference from an otherwise observed pattern of behavior from this person. I don't know. She's doing a lot of associative kind of, I don't know, processing.
And and she's checking essentially the security footage from all over town.
Yeah, and from whatever exterior cameras would have been on baby girl, like, just more up close observation of people and their plant selves.
Sure. She sees Amara's very smart. And the Rocket Club being so prestigious and ancient, really, in the town and middle school, old enough, as a reminder to those at home, that nobody remembers how long it's been around for. The Rocket Club feels eternal to everyone at the middle school, to everyone in the town, maybe everybody in the country. Nobody remembers a time when the Rocket Club did not exist. So the Rocket Club's reach is vast. When you're accessing this security information, Amara, you see everything, everywhere, all at once. And genius that you are able to comprehend it. It's possible by the end of this that you will wish that you did not have that capability, because some of what you are going to see challenges your sense of reality in a way that can be unmooring. It starts gently. It begins with footage from the arcade. G is walking around, going about his day, normal gait, exactly as you've experienced him before. And he suddenly stops, rigid, as though held by nothing. You see something prismatic, it's hard to describe it another way, glint in the footage. It seems like an artifact at first, something wrong with the footage. And you see a quick twitch, and you hear a reverberation, although you don't see decibels noted coming in from the audio when you're watching the footage back. You do have an area where that would show up. Doesn't go. But somehow you still hear "be still" in that moment where he's held. And you see that he's fighting it a bit in a way that does not track with what you saw with the bodies out there near the plants. And he says something that is artifacted itself, something that is broken up in the footage that you would need to try to clean up to hear. And you hear something familiar. You hear, "We have returned. We are the cure." Although, as you heard it before, it was in one voice, and now it's in three. And G sobs. You've never seen this man cry at all. You've never seen this man express pretty much any emotion other than, I don't know, is giving people shit emotion, you know? Like, he's a very together, shit-talking, tough guy, very welcoming to you all, but not one to show a lot of emotional vulnerability, at least to you all, right? Young as you are.
I think Amara drops the fruit juice box that she was just sipping from.
As it hits the ground, he looks up at the camera. This is footage from earlier. This is not live. And he looks into what feels like into your eyes, Amara. And he looks scared. And he looks determined after that. And he says, "Leave them. I'll go." And his posture changes. He moves with greater rigidity. He turns away from the camera, and you see something moving that's blocked by him. And when he steps to the side, you see a plant double in his same shape. And the two of them walk in lockstep as a perfect mirror off frame and out into the world. The floor, if you go back out into that part of the arcade, is broken. The plant grew out from underneath it with such force and velocity that it broke through substantial layers of concrete, other rock. It's not even entirely clear where the plant bed might have been. That's the gentle first part. You are able to see in footage from outside of the school what happened when you crossed through that threshold, leaving the principal's office. You are able to see before that moment something prismatic, small, so small that if you were not paying such desperate attention to the footage, you might not have even noticed that there was something that looks like a glitch in this footage. You're watching it from various angles, and at every angle, it moves along the same trajectory, but somehow seems different in size and proportion. Sometimes it seems huge. Sometimes it seems as small as just described. It's always hard to look at. You feel queasy. You feel dizzy. It reaches as a pinprick the center of the mall and expands in recursive patterns is the easiest way you could describe it to yourself. Turning the geometry, the existent geometry of the reality that you experience into something.
Atrium.
What was it?
The atrium.
Yes, into something nonsensical, right? And you see there that people who are in the mall are moving in on themselves. People who are walking across it now walk across a Mobius strip. People who are going up a staircase end up going down and sideways and into where they started and meeting themselves. Recursion, recursion, recursion. And you hear again the three voices in unison. We have returned. We are the cure. And one of them alone, not the one you heard say that same phrase before, a different one, says, "Be still." And everyone at that moment, if you sync up the footage, everyone in the mall that you can see, everyone outside of the school, everyone inside of the school freezes, holds themselves slack, rigid at the joints, mouths open, eyes vacant, dropped when you see close enough on their faces to see into their eyes, seemingly dropped into themselves, still conscious. And plants grow out from wherever they stood next to them, regardless of where they are. And they walk forward together into the outside. The timing works out so that the be still and the plant growth kicked off when you crossed that threshold. And Mr. Chauffeur can be seen in security cameras outside of the convenience store, next to the school, across from the mall, smoking at a respectful distance, to go rigid himself and have his plant form come up. But his plant form, once they reach the car, knocks his real form out and pulls the keys from his pocket and pops open the trunk and drops Mr. Chauffeur in the trunk, closes it up, goes into the driver's side seat, like door, sits in the car, and waits for where you found them. You have the option here as a final part of this answer, because I do still owe you how much time you have left and what is it that they want. How much do you focus on this ever-expanding impossibility that once was the mall?
I think there would have been, like, hacking, or if not, an already established kind of like a pigeon live camera feed, of some camera, and it's just looking at that area of the mall. So yeah, she would definitely have had eyes on it.
You get a rush of information in your mind that is unlike anything that you have experienced before, Amara. You recognize somehow that this prismatic essence landed. You're able to put together in your mind that this seems to have been, for lack of a better term, a ship, some mode of transportation for something that you do not understand, but it got here through that. And it has caused that which brought it here to expand exponentially since it arrived. And it made the choice when you crossed that threshold, holding this singularity in a box, to stop the expansion and tell everyone to be still. Now, the second they find you, and more to the point, find the box, it would be reasonable for Amara to surmise that that expansion would be unleashed and accelerate all across the world. What do they want? The box. But not just the box. You recognize in the patterns of what you see 3 variations one steady as chaos can be, seeking to reconstitute the nature of reality and broadcasting, "Do not be afraid, we are the cure." A second, seeking to connect, learn from each person, become a version of them, take from inside of them what makes them who they are, and use it for their own purposes. And a third telling everyone to be still. A third robbing people of their minds and emotions, causing them to exist in an artificial state of calm that does not actually negate their terror. It simply takes away their ability to act on it. You get the sense that these three entities, for lack of a better term, one imposing authority, another acting as an emissary, and a third who is a thief, that they are here looking for this box, looking for control, looking for avatars of whatever they are, whatever they seek to do, so that they may leave this place in the capable hands of those avatars, and presumably go on to do this again. How do you feel?
I think for the first time, like Amara says, fuck.
You cannot be saying that.
No,
You cannot be saying that, 12-year-old.
This is the most. See, this is what PG. Like I've gotten it by one usage. Okay. No, but this is some. Okay. I mean, even adults would be. It would be difficult to handle this. Okay. Oh my God.
Do you like relay this, all of this dump?
Yeah. There are several. I will, and there, Timu versions of evil baddies.
Polly's pain. Polly is in so much pain. I'm not smart enough to understand all of this. What is with the avatar stuff? Do they want us? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they seem to be taking over minds without much, without any too much stimulus. They don't seem to be putting too much effort into it. It seems to be just happening. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
It's not okay. None of this is okay. Who told them they could do this? The cure for what? Why are they curing us? It doesn't sound like they're curing us. If anything, they're making the world
You know what this
worse.
is? This is like one of those superhero movies you see when someone gets powers and they're like, I'm going to save the world versus I'm going to fix the world. You know? That's what this is.
No, I've never watched
Yeah.
a superhero movie.
Oh my God, Polly, there is a huge backlog of the superhero team that we need to sit together and watch.
Aliens are trying to take over. Samir wants me to watch his nerd movies.
Okay. So I don't. But we still don't have a. To be fair, what was your answer on how much time do we have?
So to clarify it so that you have a sense of how to best proceed, they are what I ended up articulating is essentially the two answers are the same. When they find you, if they're able to do what they want to do with you, they're going to release this on the rest of the world. It is also not hard to put together the idea that if they need to threaten to release it on the rest of the world to get you to comply with what they want to do, they will do that, right? They seem to have absolutely no compunction about the use of coercion or force to get what they want. They are here imposing themselves. They are not seeking any kind of consent to what they're doing. So they found out where you were with that information, knowing that they are here looking for the box in your possession that they know that you took, and that they are seeking 3 avatars, and that G said, leave them alone, I'll go with you. Choosing in that moment, to be clear, to allow the control to take him over that otherwise could not have taken him over because of the exposure through being a Rocket Club alum to the singularity in a box. You have every reason to believe they are coming right for you, that they can be here at any time, that you have very, very little time, but that does also mean that you may have very little time wherever you go next. So every action is incredibly important. I won't tell you exactly how many boxes, but I will say that if you do not take decisive action, that will tick a box on its own. If you do take decisive action, every failure that you get moves you closer to worst case scenario. Worst case scenario for you right now in the bunker is they find you before you leave and they're able to catch you.
Okay.
So that is the worst case scenario that you have right now. You can assume that if you fail more than 2-3 times max, you're probably cooked, especially if you're not just taking decisive action on the way through.
Okay, so how about this? We make the device that Amara wanted to make, and we let ourselves get captured. They will take us to the hive mind, we release it there, and then we fuck off. We don't know how destroying the hive mind will affect the actual humans. Will it just let them go, or will it take them with them? That's something we do not know.
I mean, if we have an opportunity to release it in a central location which is close to its own central form, I think rather than releasing such an effect through an ancillary connected, if we make it at the origin. Ooh.
Permission to do one of my favorite bad tropes in television ever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Amara, in English, please.
No, I think I think it's time to. I think, and she will kind of adjust her glasses. I think it is time to rock it. And
oh my God,
she's going.
Bad Bunny.
I love that. That's very good. So, mechanically speaking, in order to rock it, is the first step here rocket surgery? Are you trying to, with your powers combined, build this up together? Are you going to be doing different individual roles, trying to build out different components or take care of different actions? What do y'all want to do?
What do you guys want to do?
So what are we building exactly?
So what I am thinking is essentially using harmonic resonance, but at such a pitch that it will cause physical, tangible necrosis at a cellular level, at a cellular
and we don't think that's very harmful.
Meta level. It's a solution.
So we need to factor it into this the way that it does not affect humans then, right? If only we had not burnt up that head so we could research its physiology. Oh my God, Amara.
Well, I mean, there are variations in carbon light forms. Plants are very different from us. I can definitely tailor it so that it only affects plants.
And then we can...
I'm not in 3rd grade.
Yeah, you're in 5th grade, which is not that much better.
That's it. Maybe you when you're 5th grade.
Okay, about table, like, I mean, if it's something that Amara is capable of doing on her own, then I would prefer not to do rocket surgery and do like individual stuff, because I feel like there's other stuff Polly could prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
cool.
No, also,
Yeah.
Kind of trying to figure out, like, above the table, before we started this stuff, we discussed how the reason we are immune is because of the wormhole stuff, right? Because of the artifact.
Like exposure to the wormhole.
So potentially, could we not also try to use that to expand the reach of the artifact or the wormhole, so everyone on the planet is exposed to it, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, so one thing I was thinking was that.
Yeah, 100%. I think you can. From a mechanical perspective, also, just so you know your choices, you can do individual actions and do rocket surgery if you want. You don't have to be a part of rocket surgery if you don't want to, but you can do both. What I will say, all of you doing an individual action will tick 1 box, even if you succeed completely, in terms of how much time goes by. You do rocket surgery, that will also tick a box, whether all of you are involved in it or not. So even if you succeed at all those things, 2 boxes will tick. 2 boxes is not enough to trigger a worst case scenario, but that is roughly how it would time out overall.
Yeah. No, also we're trying to get caught now, right? So.
Right. So maybe you want the boxes to tick past that point too. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
so I think we work on those 2 things.
Getting caught is not the worst case scenario. Let's not get to that. Let's go outside and get caught after we get prepared and ready.
Polly is going to have a thought. If exposure to the thingy is what makes us immune, then I mean, we heard the rest of our club members from the mall, right? That means they're okay. That means they're completely okay, and there shouldn't we also be trying to rescue them first? More hands to help save everyone else.
That is very valid.
Yeah, but I don't know how much time we have to rescue them, then come back and then try to free everyone else, right? I think we need to rescue them on the way to rescuing everyone. Yeah. So I don't think we'll have time.
Maybe related also. Yeah, because you heard their screams coming from the mall, like the direction of the mall. So where you see that the sphere of influence exists is the same physical area.
Yeah, so I think if we're going to be in the same area, I think we plan in a way that those are separate things, right? That like Amara's trying that one thing, so Mir is trying to like figure out a way to make it affect everyone else, and Polly is gonna make a plan to basically get the other Rocket Club members free as soon as we get there. It's like, just go in a completely different direction and get the other members free. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so in that sense, like, I mean, it's Amara's going for the offense. Polly is going for the support, and Samir is
the tank. Yes.
Defense.
Yeah.
Love that.
That works. I
love that chant that people do during the spot.
Oh yeah. It is the chant that makes it so much better to.
I think at the defense, like, you just hear rocket, let's rock it.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Okay, cool. So we've got our 3 tasks. So what are you doing right now then, Polly, while we are working on this stuff? What is your...
I'm making a plan.
Okay, yeah, that works.
We need to work on it fast because we need to get the heck out of here.
Yeah, okay. So Amara is doing the high-tech noise. I'm doing the expansion of the core, the wormhole. Polly is making plans.
Yeah, I'll ready all our supplies and everything we need to pull this
Yeah,
off.
sounds
Like,
good.
you guys work on the stuff. I'll make sure we all have like packed bags, all our supplies, branded sunscreen. I'll charge my phone.
The
sunglasses.
The sunglasses, the stylish sunglasses that you mentioned.
The LiDAR sunglasses.
All of that.
Yeah. All right, let's start with that supply run and see how that goes.
Okay.
Polly, how is Polly approaching it? What trait would you say?
I am gonna find a way to make my best trade work for this. Polly's gonna do this with grace. She knows that the nerds are gonna take their time working on the nerd stuff. She is not rushing this. She is carefully planning it out, choosing bags that look good, packing them in sensible ways, just taking a good time with this and gracefully putting everything together so that we are like ready.
Beautiful. I absolutely love that. I fully buy it. Let's go. Let's see how it rolls.
So I have two on my grace, so that's 2 rerolls, plus the 1 reroll from
Yes. So you got 3. That's beautiful.
and I will need at least one of those 3. That's a 1 on my outcome again.
That's a
1 on
misfire,
outcome,
yeah.
5 on the second thing, and 4 on mood.
Okay, so that is learn something on the 5. We'll go over what that is in a minute. And then as a refresh for everybody, including people at home. And 4 is hope. Let's go ahead and re-roll the misfire, see how that goes. We got 3 options, 3 opportunities.
That's not that bad. That is a 3, which is still a failure. We'll re-roll that again. That's another 1. So I guess last re-roll necessary. Come on. 2. Still a failure.
Okay.
Oh,
so
perfect. I have a thing for the failure, actually.
Hello.
Because I am not
okay.
a complete idiot and I'm actually reading my moves for the finale. Imagine that. I have a move called Head in the Clouds, which says that people say you spend too much time daydreaming. Blah, 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 blah. Once per session, when you or another player gets a 2 on their outcome die, before they narrate results, you can shift the camera away and narrate a brief scene in your character's head. This might be a memory, fantasy, or a daydream. When this interlude is over, the original scene will continue as though the player had gotten a 5 or a 6. Mood and side effect die.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. Please proceed, Samir.
Dude, you've been hiding this for 3 sessions.
It's 1 per session. I could have used it before, but it's fine. We did it when
it's okay. That's what the finale is for.
Exactly.
So good.
Exactly.
Big
So
moves. Big PP man moves.
hell yeah.
No,
So Samir is watching Polly.
Family-friendly game.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a family-friendly game on a non-family friendly channel, so people know what to expect, So anyway, yeah.
And audience, we're being as subtle as goddamn possible.
Yeah, I have toned down my shenanigans to a 3. Okay, I'm usually at a 10, so I'm just saying. Anyway, so while Polly is doing whatever she's doing, Samir just drifts off, and you've seen that meme where it's like blah blah blah, first name, last name, place, stuff. That's what's going through his head while Polly is talking or doing whatever, and he drifts into a memory of the first time he and Siddiq played cricket. Oh, no, played the sport. And so they're tossing the leather ball around, and
The ball.
it's
The bat sport.
the bat sport, sure, yeah. And Samir is trying to hit shots, and the way the cricket works is that you have certain wickets in hand. It's like baseball but better is all I'm going to say, because I'm too lazy to explain the rules. But you don't have to run around in a circle, you run back and forth, which is, and you can hit a 6. That's the highest score you get. Unlike, I think in baseball you just get a 1, that's a home run, right? I don't know. I don't know rules for baseball, honestly. But Yeah, so it's very much like they're playing in the backyard. Sameer is batting, and Siddiq gives him 10 wickets, even though you're only supposed to have one per person, and puts up a respectable score of 48 in 10 wickets. And it's Siddiq's turn to bat, and Siddiq makes a decent 48, decent 47, sorry, and needs 2 runs to win. And maybe by accident or on purpose, fumbles the ball and hits the wicket with his bat and is out. And that's the first time Sameer has won against Siddiq. And that's the memory that he's thinking about. He still doesn't know if his brother let him win on purpose, or if it was a fluke victory, or if he was just that fucking good. But it's one of the earliest memories he has of playing cricket with his brother. And yeah, when he's out of the memory, Polly, you have succeeded in whatever you were doing. Sameer doesn't care; he wasn't paying attention.
Sameer has very interesting cricket memories with his brother. One time, after playing cricket, my brother hit me on the head with the bat on accident 3 times in the same day in the same spot.
Oh my god! Okay, that's wild.
Yeah, these are my cricket memories. My cricket memories are all either what the fuck or traumatic.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
That is wild. Okay, so kind of doesn't matter whether you got a 5 or a 6 because you rolled 5 and 4 on the other, so you wouldn't end up with a triple anyway. Either way, you have a full success on your outcome. So you are able to gather yourself together. You do see Sameer head in the clouds. What's he thinking about? While you're taking your time, is hope an impulse or a question for you?
I believe hope is a question. Hope is a question.
What is the question?
The question, very fittingly, is what sign do you see that things will get better? What sign do I see? During all of this, what sign can I see?
Well, learn something might help you. If you
learn something might help me. I think let's just all learn something first.
Perfect. So you can ask me one of these questions. I don't know if you have them in front of you.
I have them in front of me, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I think path forward is escape route doesn't make sense because we're not at the mall yet. Path forward, we already know. Biggest threat, houses. Yeah, I think let's go with what has been hidden or overlooked.
Okay, I like that. What has been hidden or overlooked? If this thing can expand, it can retract.
Huh?
The thing that was described by Amara, the expansion that has stopped. Clearly, it is a process that can be stopped somehow. And logic dictates if it can expand, there should be some fashion in which it can retract. So
pull the lever, Kronk.
It is possible. It is possible for you realize while you're putting all of these things together, it just hits you, right? The way that realization can hit when one goes to take a shower or take a walk or something, walks away from the intellectual work of it and does something else, especially something physical. You can turn it back. You can make it go away. You don't know how yet, right? But it should be reversible. Now, doesn't necessarily mean that anything that's happened to physical people while they have a doppelganger would suddenly be undone, right? But at least the impossible geometry, whatever is happening from that fractal that landed, could maybe collapse in on itself, be reverted, something.
Okay.
That's the thing that's been hidden or overlooked.
Okay, so I think when that thought hits me, I am going to run to actually tell Samir and Amara this so that we account for it, like so that they can account for it in like what they're building.
Love it.
And just when I head there, when I see the two of them working on their stuff, and just realizing that the three of just it hits me in that moment that the three of us have a plan and we seem to actually know what to do in this situation, and we just might be able to do this, and that is my sign that things will get better.
Love that. How does that information land for you, Samir and Amara?
So I think watching Polly come in full of hopes, I'm assuming a smile on her face, or she smiles when she sees us.
I think she will come in like literally excited, like ecstatic and excited once she realizes.
Yeah. So immediately Samir is hit with this quote from this legendary warrior, which just says, "We can win. We feel great. We can do this." That's it. That's the quote. And it's a Dragon Ball Z reference. And we talked about manga references, so I'm just fulfilling anyway. And it's just like this bolstered sense of confidence to pull this off, and maybe there will be minimum suckage along the way, so we'll actually succeed. Yeah, that.
Love that. And Amara?
I think Amara will get this information and like there would have been a pause and she would have given a nod and just put down her welding mask and then just thumbs up and then turn back towards
Oh, a 12-year-old with like a tiny baby welding mask.
yeah.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
And I mean, so I have a whole thing in mind, right? She's going to use a she's going to use, because she has access to NASA level stuff, she's going to use a palladium tuning fork that is suspended in a vacuum chamber that is doused in liquid nitrogen, so absolute cold. So any sound that is generated in this goes through a level of cold that just makes it so slow that it's the sheer amplitude of the sound wave itself would be slow and kind of dissonating to anything that it encounters at a plant cellular level.
Okay.
In broken world building we've done that just lets us have NASA stuff.
100%. 100%. And it's essentially this full backpack, and she has essentially at the end of a pogo stick or something, there's another tuning fork kind of attachment which makes it a gun kind of thing. Okay. And but so there's also another component to add a quantum wave to it, so it is self-propagating after its first inception.
Okay. I love that idea. What are you going to use to build it?
reputation move, gadget, and design.
Okay, beautiful. So gadget lets you go ahead and go for the build. You're going to roll with design. Does gadget remind me? Read out gadget so that for me and for the audience.
You're always messing around with some little invention or other. They may come in handy, but you're always on to a new thing before long. Once per session, you can declare a new gadget that you've been tinkering with. It will be an odd little gizmo that serves a single small purpose. Night vision goggles, magnetic lockpick, sonic shoelace detangler. When you describe the new gadget, write it down and give it a 2-box breakdown track. When you use a gadget, you can take one additional reroll and mark a breakdown box. When the breakdown track is full, the gadget breaks for good.
Okay, so what that means in this situation, how much design do you have?
2.
Great. So you start with 3 rerolls, if I heard you correctly, because the use of the gadget gives you a 3rd reroll, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to use any more rerolls past that, hopefully. If you did, you could try to do it by breaking the gadget, essentially, right? Remind me with what you just said. Does it specify how many breakdown boxes come with the gadget? 2. Great. So functionally speaking, you potentially have 5 rerolls if you're willing to fully destroy the gadget you've just built in order to do what you're trying to do. But obviously that's a little bit
I think
you could potentially go up to 4 though and partially break it and leave it like hanging on by a thread, but still existent and working. Hopefully you could just use the 3 that you have.
I mean, if the device works how she wants it to, it will create that first note, which is then self-propagating, right? Because
Right.
once it hits the network, then it will just amplify its own note, its own dissonating note down the entire network. Or at least that's how I am thinking of it in my quasi-science bullshit.
Sure. That makes sense. I love that. Okay. Let's roll about it. Go ahead and roll me 3d6. Let's see where it lands.
And I have 3 rerolls, right?
You have 3 rerolls without having to get into any breakdown boxes.
Okay, that's not bad. That's a 5, a 4, and a 5.
5, a 4, and a 5 is great. That's already a success. You look cool doing it, and thrill for your mood. Is thrill a question or an impulse for you?
Now it is a question for me.
Okay. So with your reroll options, you have a 5, a 4, and a 5. If you want to chase a triple, which would, to remind everybody, including the audience at home, give you an opportunity to experience a flashback. And if you experience a flashback, you're able to mark experience. You could try to reroll look cool to chase, trying to get a 5 on your side effect and learn something and get the triple. So it'd be beneficial on both those ends. You could also try to reroll your thrill, though that would move away from the triple, right? Because you're probably not going to want to reroll the 5 you rolled on the outcome. So if you wanted to try to get experience by embracing an impulse using a different mood, and if a different mood feels better for you at a story level, you could move away from thrill. If you like thrill at a story level and you're okay with not getting experience that way, you don't need to do that. And the side effect, I do have to warn you, the side effect could be anything. So in the end, you could end up with a crisis, right? Even like a 1 or drawing attention on a 2. Right now you have look cool, which is generally positive. You're not in front of a mechanical crush or rival. So like an NPC crush or rival. So you won't be able to pick up a benefit off of that. But what would you like to do?
I think I will go for I will reroll 4 so that I can try and aim for a 5.
Cool. You got 3 shots at it. Just do remember that it is possible for it to go poorly.
Yeah. I'm only rerolling that one thing, right? Okay.
Yeah. Just
First reroll is a 2. I'm rerolling that.
Yeah.
6.
That's an extra, so that's better than look cool because you can accomplish some small additional action related to what you're trying to do. You could risk it to see if you could pull a 5 after that, or you could hold there and take the. You only have one more reroll right now, unless you want to start marking breakdown boxes. In which case, you could push it further.
Nah, I'm good with this.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, full success. You are able to accomplish exactly what you described. Build it to that specification. Get it functioning in exactly that way. You get to determine what small additional action related to what you were trying to do you can accomplish. And for Thrill, what's the question that you have listed?
For Thrill, it is, what does my excitement feel like?
So you can address those two things in any order you'd like. If you'd like to express what your excitement feels like first, and then describe what small additional action you're able to accomplish, you can do that, or you can do it in the opposite order. But the floor is yours.
I think in this moment, Amara is in her element. This is in the midst of what she was put on this pale blue dot to do, create. So she is super excited. She's terrified for a lot of other things, but in that moment of inspired by necessity or desperation, but inspired creation, she is just because I think it's cute, there's I think Amara is a little bit of a tuning bio. There'll be a hidden switch that activates, and some fans from under her will start going, and her lab coat starts fluttering dramatically, and she will reenact Dexter's lab scene where she just starts going ha 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 with one, there's a torch that she stands in front of, and there's a shadow behind.
Love that. That's fantastic. I love that visual. That's super cool. Samir, you witness this glorious success next to you while you have been working hard. Tell me about what you've been doing.
Okay, so I am trying to figure out a way to expand the reach of the wormhole to extend across the entire planet. I do not know how to do that. I have no idea how to make it work, except for just hope and a dream. That's basically it. The functionality, basically, the way that I'm envisioning it is that it is kind of like a EMP field, which extends a certain radius. And if we could potentially launch it in the air, like we launched the farmer's market, we could potentially have it hover like a satellite above the earth and engulf the entire earth that way. The other option I'm considering is that's a very long-term solution, which is microplastics. And turn this into our version of microplastics, where it's in the fish, it's in the shrimp, it's in the air, in everything we breathe. but that's more of a long-term thing. It won't happen overnight. It won't happen immediately. So
I love that. Okay. I think that's really cool. I kind of want you to be able to try to do both those things. But you said the one that's longer term. I mean, you do whatever you want, right? But like for my part, both those things sound awesome. Let's try to resolve the shorter term one first.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Let's see about.
We try to put it into orbit right next to. Because the assumption is that these radio frequencies are kind of like sound frequencies. No, wait. They're kind of like, what's the word? They're the opposite of sound frequencies. They expand further in a vacuum. So if you put them in space, they will expand and engulf the entire Earth and then orbit around the planet. That's what I'm trying to put into suggestions, though. Like, I don't know how the science of this works.
The good thing is this exists in a different universe than ours. So the science works the way we want the science to work, right? I think, and really the answer is the science works the way the dice say the science works, right? So what you're trying to do here has coherence, whether it is based in any scientific reality in our lived world is irrelevant, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
You get to roll about it now. So my next question is using what? What is the trait that you believe is driving you here?
Oh, it's impulse for sure, right? Impact, sorry. Not impulse.
Yeah, no worries.
So impact, basically, I don't know if you've played Deadlock or not, but one of the moves in Deadlock, or like any game really, is a parry. Right? When something is coming to hit you, you parry it, which is your defense. But your parry is technically an explosive parry. Or like it's an explosion because it's a strong defense. So that's I'm trying to parry their shit with my own weird shit. So it's an impact that way. That's what I'm trying to do. And I have 3 rolls in impact.
Yeah. I love that. I love that way of describing it. I fully buy it. You now, with a 3 in impact, if I'm remembering correctly, immediately have 3 rerolls on this. So go ahead and roll 3d6 and let's see where things lie.
Hell yeah. Don't fuck me. That's a 4, a 4, and a 2.
Okay. So mixed success, which means you can take a condition. You can accept a narrative complication that places the characters in a worse situation, or you can choose to fail. Look cool is your side effect, so you get to look cool even though you're not in front of a mechanical, like you won't pick up the mechanical benefit because you're not in front of a mechanical crush or rival. You still get to look cool. And then the 2 is sadness. You have 3 rerolls. You could chase let me ask first, is sadness an impulse or a question?
So here's the fun thing, Danny. You gave me three free XP based on what happened earlier because I fucked up, right? A 4 gives me another condition, which is another XP. And my 2 is an impulse, which is another XP. So I level up again. So you know what? Fuck it. We ball. I'm doing it. I'm sticking to this. Yeah. So the 4 is either a condition or a failure, right? It's not both.
No, it's either. Okay,
yeah, I'm taking the condition. Fuck it.
Okay, what condition do you see that you're taking? Because again, as a reminder, in Rocket Club, I as the guide don't determine what condition you take. You determine what condition you take. So what condition do you feel that Samir would take in this moment?
So I was looking up conditions because I thought conditions are only emotional, but they're actually physical as well. So I'm going to take the burnt condition. While trying to do this weird shenanigans, there's a spark and I accidentally burn my hand. That's what I'm taking. Right?
All right. I love that.
So
okay. So which hand?
Scarred, I guess that works too, whichever one, yeah.
I think burnt maybe because it's so fresh. But is it both hands? Is it your left hand? Is it your right hand?
So I think it's left hand. It kind of looks like a lightning strike. Extends from like the ring and middle fingers and goes all the way down, all the way up to his elbow. but like on the forearm side, not the back side of the arm. Wait, no, yeah. So like the front part of the arm, right? So it doesn't go on the back of the hand; it's on the front of the hand. That's what I meant to say. So it just, and there's a jolt of electricity, and you hear a loud swear words coming from Samir as he does this. So yeah, I'm taking the burnt condition. I do have 3 conditions, which means that if I get another one, I am kind of fucked. But that's fine. And fight the tears and lose. That's my impulse on sadness. I'm in so much pain and I start crying. Fuck. Guys, I hurt. Fuck, it's bleeding. Well, not bleeding. It's burnt.
Oh
Help.
shit! I will like go over with like, I don't know what you ice salve. I don't know.
You
and
decide.
yeah.
Like you get to the good thing is you get to decide exactly how you want to approach that, and you absolutely can help out. You may not even have to roll about it, depending on what you describe. Depending on how much. Like, let me put it to you this way: if you, so I don't know of any reason why. I'm going to double check what I'm about to mention. I'm thinking it through in real time. I don't know of any reason why what I'm about to say can't happen. You technically could go over and engage in rest and care. And if you go over and engage in rest and care, you will be able to clear his condition, which will not get rid of the burn, but we'll be able to bring it down. I'm going to double check the rules while y'all are thinking this through. I don't know, like looking at it from before, I'm going to make sure I'm not wrong about this, but there's nothing that I see that stops this from being possible.
I think then I would say like, we do have an incinerator. We do work with rockets. I'm sure we keep burn cream like around, and I'm already like in the process of digging through drawers and cupboards to prep for our like big mission. So I think the moment I hear that, I will just grab a burn cream from one of the drawers nearby, and rush over and like apply it and just be like, okay, that you're okay, you're gonna be fine, you're doing a good job.
Ow! Shit! Okay. Easy, careful.
Do you want me to film this?
If you were filming this, it would have been really badass. Well, actually not, because I was crying, but, it's fine. We can recreate it for later.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I double checked and this is 100% valid, so we are fully good to proceed.
Danny, I want to check something else also. I have 5 experience.
Yeah.
Can I reveal a secret?
100%. Right now, you can reveal a secret. Yes.
So the rest and care, it just clears. The only mechanical effect is that it's clearing the condition, right?
It clears the condition. So what ends up happening in the at the level of the fiction is not like suddenly is not burned. It's that the burn is no longer causing an impediment, right?
Yeah.
So it might still take some time to heal, but you were able to put the salve on there, like it works. Same thing as if like they had a broken arm. You can't just like insta unbreak the arm.
Of course, yeah.
But it makes it no longer a problem.
Yeah, cool.
So Samir, you're welcome to go ahead.
Yeah, Polly, thanks for helping. While you're here, I didn't realize that this was going to be a thing, but after our talk earlier, I kind of, I feel like maybe like I wasn't really paying attention to this on purpose, slightly, because my focus was to try to help you guys and everyone else trapped in the mall and Siddiq, right? And I'm kind of worried because I feel like it's getting to a point where I do not care about hurting others including myself, probably, if it means I get to protect my friends and the people that I love. And I'm worried that this I'm worried about what that means for for me and my own self-preservation, even though in the moment it was more like, if you guys are safe, it's fine. But if we'd managed to help Sadiq come back and I'm not around, who's he going to play cricket with?
Wait, just to be clear, Steve, what is your secret?
My secret is I am not afraid. I do not care about hurting others to protect the people I love.
I mean, that is scary. Wow, you're in a very big sharing mood today, aren't you?
Yeah, it happens when you burn half your hand. Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna be fine. Thank you for trusting me with that. But see, that means sometimes you do want to be able to help others, and just remember that if you do end up hurting yourself, me and Amara are here with burn cream. Like, you don't have to. You will be there. You will help Sadiq, and you will be there because you're not doing this alone.
I will try to not put myself in harm's way, or maybe we just stock up on a bunch of burn cream and space suits and other things.
The burn cream's in the bag.
Oh, perfect. And space suits. Remember to pack space suits in case we need to go into space.
We have space suits. Look, you focus on getting the stuff done, and I will make sure you get out of harm's way if you do end up putting yourself in there. How about that?
Yeah, I like that. I think that's smart.
And I film you while you're in harm's way to make you look really cool on TikTok.
Okay, but only if I get to keep all of the proceeds from that TikTok.
The proceeds always go to the club. You know this.
Fine, I'll buy myself something nice.
It's in your contract. If you had read your contract...
The contract is null because we're both minors.
I mean, it kind of cancels itself out, right? Like,
Fine. I'll buy myself something nice from the club front.
No, you can't. You know what? We'll bring it up in next month's club finance meeting. It's fine.
I love that.
Okay.
So, secret confessed and supported is how I read that. Do you happen to have a sense? It's okay if you need a little bit of time on this. Do you happen to have a sense, Steve, on what Samir might take as a major advance?
I could just put one more point in design. That's what I was thinking, because I can't put any more in impact. Or I could clear another condition. That's just condition maxing at this point, right? That's really funny.
Well, I would say so. Technically, you don't have to clear a condition because you clear all your XP, having confessed this secret. I'll double check to make sure I'm not wrong about this, but I believe all of your conditions clear when you did this. And now
shit, I didn't know that.
You're gonna need to come up. You're gonna need to come up with a new secret and a new secret mood. Let me make sure I'm not wrong about that. But
I haven't used my secret mood. Can I just keep it now?
You can use the same mood. You're going to have to make sure that your secret mood connects to your new secret. So as long as it connects to your new secret, then you're all good. Let's take a break for the next 10. All right. So secret has been revealed and has been supported. Steve, for Samir, do you know what the advance is that Samir would take?
I'm taking a move from the New Kid playbook. It's called Sacrifice. Basically means that once per session before rolling, I can choose to sacrifice something important in exchange for a success result on my outcome die. The sacrifice can be as small or as big as I want it to be, from complete destruction of my rocket rig, loss of an important object, or physical harm. So, yeah, GG.
I love that. That is incredibly cool, and what a great choice to make entering what you're about to enter into.
Yeah, especially with the last two secrets and everything. This is amazing. Yeah.
Can someone
Yeah,
pick
it's
me
beautiful.
up? I'm scared.
Fair and valid. Speaking of you and being scared or a condition, Assis, what do you think about Holly's minor advancement?
As much as I would like to just take another reroll, I think what I'm gonna do is something more thematic, which is change her prompt for thrill.
Okay.
Because my thrill is currently convince someone that you're right.
Okay.
But now I have a move that already does that. So I will change thrill to something more fun, which I guess I'll only reveal if I roll thrill.
I love it. Yeah, you can take a beat to work out exactly what you want.
No,
it to
I
be.
know what
Just
it
whenever
is.
you
Don't
have
worry
it.
about it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, please send it to me when you can. But yeah, that sounds perfect. So you all have prepared quite successfully, even Burns aside, right? All of what you set out to prepare individually. Are you interested in coming together then to do any rocket surgery, to build anything else together? Is there any other form of preparation you'd like to take while you wait for these unknown forces to potentially come and capture you?
Maybe we kind of like don't bring them to, well, they know where we are. Maybe we can exit the entrance so they don't come inside the club and just stand there and, make some noise. Just blow the horn, play some music, let them know we're here, kind of thing.
So the bunker is not terribly far from the arcade because you do have that connection to the arcade, physical connection. You could try to go up into the arcade, make all that noise, as you said, and play it off as though that's where it tracked you to, right? You won't fully know how convincing that is of whether or not your bunker exists. But the truth is they don't seem to be interested in the bunker. They're interested in the box and in you. So as long as you have the box with you and you move where you are to a nearby location, that might work.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that works for me.
You could also try to build something that could scramble their signal. You could try to pick up on what their signal is, see if you could build something that does that. That could work with this, right? To help disrupt, make them think, oh, we thought they were here, but they're actually over there. You don't have to do that, but that's also possible.
Yeah, I think we've done enough prep and building and stuff. I think it's time to get into the thick of it. So
Love it.
We just go straight to the thing with the stuff, which is the arcade, and we make some noise. And I would like to do a quick thing, release whatever. Since Baby Girl is now sentient, right? Because Bad Bunny, I'm gonna ask her to track us wherever these things take us.
That.
So it's going to, or not track us, but I'm gonna ask her to drive to the school and wait for us there. In case we need a quick getaway or whatever, and the wormhole is not working, we have Baby Girl to help us.
All right. Hey, baila sin miedo, ama sin miedo. And so what that translates to is dance without fear, love without fear. And Baby Girl takes off to get into position to be able to track you. Yeah. So you are able to head through the complex series of security measures that Samir, you in particular, have set up in the passageway that connects the bunker to the arcade. And you're able to do so freely. I'm not going to make you roll about any of that stuff. You set all that stuff up. You know it well. You're in a really good headspace right now. You're focused in. So you're able to make it all the way through up over to the arcade. I'm not going to make you roll about making any noise up there either. It's an arcade. You can just turn on a bunch of things that exist in the arcade if you want to. But I will ask that you describe to me what you do when you get up to the arcade, how you prepare yourselves, how you go about making a bunch of noise, drawing attention to yourself, and where your heads are at, where you're at mentally and emotionally. If anything comes up to roll about in the midst of that, we'll do it. If not, we'll just let it lie.
I mean, the way to make noise has to be Bad Bunny, right? We're blasting more Bad Bunny while we're dancing.
Definitely.
That's it. And at the top
We're
of
gonna have an
our
impromptu dance party.
exactly slash karaoke, whatever. That's what we're doing.
Loudly sing really bad and then dance really bad, all while wearing branded sunglasses and silly helmets, I guess.
I love that so much. That's very, very good. All right, so you are blasting Bad Bunny, fully decked out. Real question, Polly, are you recording any of this?
Oh, 100%. This will go viral. I have to record this. I obviously I can't selfie reel this because I have to also dance and sing. I have put my phone on recording off to the side.
I love that. That is fantastic. What about the two of you? How are you engaging with these songs, this dancing and all that? What does it look like?
Absolutely the same way, just like Polly is. Just full on dance party mode. Samir is he's doing much better than he was earlier this morning. So he's just, shaking his ass, his arms, his legs, just doing his best version of a twerk that he can with his skinny ass. He's attempting his suit is open. He's loosened his tie, and he's just.
Oh, I forgot about the suit and tie.
Yeah.
It's so good. And Amara?
I think Amara is actually not in the arcade. She is flying above it with her drone jetpack setup, and she is using that the skill bird's eye view. When you take a moment to observe a situation from a different angle, high above, for example, you might see things. You see things you might have otherwise missed. Once per session, when you change your perspective, you can ask the guide one question about the current situation, and they will tell you what you see that no one else could.
Go for it.
Since the singularity box is their biggest goal, I'm curious as to what is coming for us. Is it like everything, or is it just like a few elite things that are coming for us? Is it just like, the whole town is now coming for us at the arcade? Like every adult, every other person who is not immune thanks to singularity exposure.
How do you do this eye in the sky at the level of the fiction? Like, what is it specifically that happens to go up to give you this view?
So, I mean, I literally take to the skies. So I'm going to go fly up, and I think part, like, the fancy eyeglasses, the sunglasses that everyone has, which have been now attached to with LiDAR function, so they're technically they can see without, like, through kind of vague echolocation-esque
Sure.
kind of thing. But she has other, like, zoom, like, she'll tap another thing and like, like, that the Spy Kids, that, like, multiple lenses kind of thing will come, and she'll just kind of
Love that.
take a look around.
Okay. Cool. I do need to mention, by the way, I did check when we were talking about the secrets earlier. Unfortunately, I was wrong. It does not automatically clear all conditions when you advance like that. So anybody who had conditions there that weren't cleared, please do carry them over. You need to use rest and care to clear them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's fully my bad. I don't even know where I pulled it from. I could have sworn I read it somewhere. Anyway, the eye in the sky. You are able to see at a distance the impossible geometry that your mind might have started to call the prism, just to give it something to call, right? Call it. Is still where it was. And you get the sense off of all that you were able to comprehend earlier that these three entities are over there. They're still where they were. They are waiting. You do see every person in this town over by the mall. You see, with some exception, depending on how clearly you can tell how much you're paying attention from this distance, you're not sure where the other members of the Rocket Club are over there. You don't see them out in the crowd. And other than G, the arcade manager, who was a Rocket Club alum, you don't see any other alums of the Rocket Club out in that group.
Mm.
What you do see first over there is no plant people. And when your attention comes back to the closer proximity to your area, to the bunker, to the arcade, you see every plant person paralleling every person in town other than the members of the Rocket Club and alums, other than G, coalescing on the arcade. They arrive to find you floating above the arcade, looking out and down as your friends dance to the loudest renditions of Bad Bunny anyone in the town has ever heard. Who would they associate most with the box, with the singularity right now?
I don't know.
They're there for all of you, but they're also there for the box. So they would be most attentive to the person they would
throw
associate.
you under the bus, but I feel like the box is a squarely Amara thing, like more than either of the rest of us.
Fair. Yeah.
Amara, you see, while your friends are now surrounded by a veritable army of plant doppelgangers of everyone in town who has never been in the Rocket Club, and G. The one that looks like G steps forward closest to the arcade. The one that looks like G looks up at you and then looks away at your two friends. Samir, Polly,
Mhm.
Would you say you're about side by side?
Yeah, I would think so.
You see this facsimile of G look over at the two of you and split in two, turning into a double of itself, carved out from the center, half and half, standing next to
Zetsu
each
from
other,
Naruto.
reconstituting the half that each side is missing.
Hey, you
And-
made a manga reference.
Yes!
That was Assis, not Polly.
Too bad.
Fair.
I don't.
Fair.
Assis is a weeb. We know this. He's a plant person who splits into two. Like, what did you want me to think?
He holds his hands out toward you, both in parallel at the same time. What did the two of you do?
Like, in a friendly way, or like?
It's not overly threatening, the body language, but you are having this plant person stare at you. It is moving the two parts of it now, independent parts of it, absolutely perfectly in sync. And its eyes are rotating, pulsing, undulating plants. It does open its mouth lightly into a mockery of a smile, both at the same time, and hold out its hands.
Okay, shithead, you want us to come with you? We'll come with you, but we're not touching shit.
Yeah, I don't know where your hands have been.
Do you move toward the plant person?
Sure, yeah, why not? I'll take a step forward.
Reluctantly.
Okay. You take a step forward. Polly, do you also take a step forward?
A very, very hesitant step.
Okay. Amara, you watch that split. You're able to see that split happen. You also see the people around you, around this building. And you see them start to climb on each other's shoulders and climb up each other, up each other, up each other, up each other, until all the way at the top, the one who looks like Siddiq is on the shoulders of the one that looks like Mr. Chauffeur and is holding out a hand to you mid-air.
I think Amara just she kind of looks like, you know, with a like desperate eyes towards Polly and Samir, in the sense, and like, you know, like
If I see her, I would just like nod, like.
now
You do. You're able to see. You're able to see up there for sure.
now, and then I think she's just going to like, you know, switch from like Dexter to kind of Mandark, and like, you know, she'll like whip off like, you know, this like vague kind of cape that she was covering, and she uncovers her plant you know, dissonator, and just
Oh,
fucking-
that now?
that's what I'm asking. That's what I asked.
I don't know what you're asking. I'm
No,
telling you,
no.
yes, we're going with them.
No, the plan was to release it
To
in the
go.
middle of the thing,
Yes,
not
yes. So this happens entirely in Amara's head. And then she just
She
like
forgot the plan.
she meekly because she was getting panicked because of all of the faces. So, yeah, I think she won't take the hand. She'll just kind of I think fly in the direction. She's not gonna like land either. I think she's just Okay, if you want me to follow you, I will come. Okay, but I'm not coming down. I don't touch grass. You.
So as long as the three of you continue to follow their directions and move toward the mall, they will not touch you. Do any of you at any point from here to the mall, which you are moving toward by foot at this point, do you at any point hesitate, pull away, try to do anything other than comply?
I would say that just when we start to head out, I would pull away just to grab my phone.
When you pull away to grab your phone, the version of G that seems at this point assigned to you holds his hand out, and more plant grows out, more plant grows out, more plant grows out from the palm until you feel a vice grip of a tendril in the form of a vine wrap around your wrist as it reaches for the phone.
Hey, no. I need my phone. How am I supposed to film stories?
It's not saying anything. It does open its mouth in that mockery of a smile and tilt its head slightly as its plant eyes rotate. It is not moving further. You can use your other hand to grab the phone if you would like.
I would use my other hand to grab the phone and be like, I'm coming with you, Jesus.
As you move closer to it again, it retracts those tendril-like vines into its hand and allows you to proceed. They stay uncomfortably close to you. At the entire process of moving through this space, the two Gs are with the two of you on the ground, not touching you, but very, very close. And for you, Amara, as you fly, you're going to find that you're going to need to modulate your like the velocity, right, at which you move, because if you try to move out of a fairly close range of the one who looks like Sadiq, the same thing will happen to you.
I will maintain an appropriate distance.
You all move through the town. Anything from you, Samir?
No, I'm just walking with them. Actually, you know what? We're gonna make this a little bit more interesting. For those who do not know Indian traditions, we have this thing called a barat, which when people are about to go get married, the guy usually gets on a horse and everyone around him, they dance on the way to the wedding venue. It usually is a very small walk, probably 100, 200 meters. So we're going to play the loud music. We're going to dance our way to this place while in full Barat style. That's what we're doing. That is what is happening.
Also, just to clarify, this is a very North Indian thing. It's not a South Indian thing.
Okay, fair enough. It's a North Indian Hindu thing. Yeah. That's or even a Punjabi Sadar thing. I don't really think.
No, it is a very Hindu thing as well.
Yeah, very Hindu thing. Yeah.
So Sikh. So it is a Punjabi thing. It's not really that much of a Sikh thing. It's a heavy Punjabi thing.
It's becoming it's coming a cultural hegemonic thing now.
It is because I mean that's
the Indian wedding. Whatever.
But yeah, people look up Barat if you are interested. But it's usually like a big giant affair with music and dancing and stuff. And that's what we're doing because fuck these plants. If we are dancing to our deaths, we are dancing to our deaths.
You're dancing to your deaths, though.
Hurt for a cease is what Barat is.
Excuse me, what do you mean, like sensory overload style?
Yes.
We'll get you headphones. You are dancing at my brother's Barat. What do you mean?
I am not joining the Barat at your brother's wedding, Stephen.
Why not? We'll get you noise cancelling headphones.
Okay, buy me like proper expensive noise cancelling earphones then.
I don't know about expensive, maybe like the 200 rupee ones, but
Okay, I have 8K ones that don't do shit at Barats because Barats are Barats.
It does sound very loud.
You
I
either
will
buy
say, not
me
having been at one,
30K
it sounds very
headphones or I'm standing off to the side and rejoining once it's over.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Meet me in my fucking DM, Steven.
I'll rescind my invite if that's what's happening.
Huh, I don't care.
Wow.
That's funny.
Anyway,
I'm leaving you in the DMs.
So we were at the Baratas happening, and it is with Bad Bunny, right? Is what's established here. Like, you are dancing to Bad Bunny all through town. At this point, the music is so loud, and I'd like to say Baby Girl's helping with this, even though this is Baby Girl's tracking even at a distance. Baby Girl is blasting it. So the entire town is flooded with Bad Bunny music as you dance on your way through. And what ends up happening is you realize that as you move through the space, the dance moves that you're doing at first, you're just doing it, and the plant people are following in just walking and regular walking patterns. Past a certain point, it seems that they're seeking a sense of homeostasis collectively, some kind of equilibrium. And so they begin to dance as well. And you find that they are dancing the way that you are dancing on the way over.
I hate that.
They are paralleling the movements that you're doing. And that includes the ones that are on each other's shoulders to be able to reach you, Amara. They are dancing on top of each other as they go. And that is how you arrive at the mall, where you find yourselves face to face with what this LiDAR enabled fancy glasses allow you to see without the physical discomfort is still a fairly impossible landscape of MC Escher-like nonsense. And that is where we're going to pick up our conclusion. Thank you all so much. And for those watching at home, we will see you in a moment. Goodbye.